I'm here to welcome you. If this is your first time at a MusiCoLab event, or to welcome you back if you've been at one of our previous events. My name is Charlie Gilbert, and as of a couple of months ago, I now hold the exalted title of Executive Director. Definitely worth a woot, I would say. So this is actually the 9th edition of this musical theater, new musical showcase that MusiCoLab has done since we were founded in 2018. Barbara Bellman and Seth Rosen started the party a few years ago. We've been doing this for a little while, but in some ways this feels like a brand new beginning tonight, and I want to tell you why. First of all, you're seeing new work tonight. You're seeing work that in many cases has not been seen before, and in addition to it being new for these particular works, it's coming new for MusiCoLab as an organization as well, because in the last few months we've incorporated now, we've gotten our 501c3 status, which means we're approved as a charity, and we're ready to begin more organized fundraising, forming of a board of directors, and all the good things that you do when you're an organization like this. So we're here to begin making plans for the future as an organization. Our mission remains, as it has always been, to support musical theater creators here in the greater Philadelphia area and to make Philadelphia a cool place for new musicals. How does that sound? Tonight is really about it's about the writers, about their work. We've got 7 Philly-based writing teams here tonight. Each one of them has undertaken the thrilling and challenging task of creating a new musical. You'll meet them tonight. I'll invite them to the stage to introduce selections from their new works. There's a lot more to know about them, which is in an online program. If you notice on the back of your program, there's a URL and also a QR code if you do that kind of thing, which will take you to our online program. And I hope you'll take advantage of that, because there's really quite a lovely set of resources there to learn about the writers, to learn about their works. There are videos over the past couple of weeks. I've been doing interviews with the writing teams, and you can see those videos there. There is also a link there where you can give us feedback. We'd love to know what you think, either about the program in general or about specific works. If there are things about the works and comments that you have, we'll make sure that they get passed on to the writers or to the appropriate parties. And we'd love to hear from you and know what you think about how we're doing and the kind of work that we're presenting here. So that's another thing that you can do at our online program. One other thing that you can do when you go online is that you can donate to MusiCoLab. There is, of course, the obligatory link for donations there. We do depend very much on the support of our benefactors to make all of this go. It's lovely to see such a large house tonight here, and certainly the box office receipts will go a long way towards paying the cost of tonight. But we are in a kind of foundational moment in the organization, and we are actually soliciting donors who are interested in being recognized as founding donors for the organization, founding members of the organization. We have one such already as of tonight. I want to acknowledge and thank Gail Smith for her contribution as founding. Join Gail as a founding donor if you want to contribute $1,000 to MusiCoLab. But we will take your donations in any amounts, either after the program tonight or online in the future here. Beyond the work that you're going to see tonight, I want to reassure you there are more musical theater writers in the greater Philadelphia area. I see a couple of them in the house here tonight who have come to support their colleagues. Some folks who, like me, have been doing this for a long time. I see Dan and Martin and Michael Biello there. Thanks for coming, guys. And also Michael Osborne is here tonight, and Michael is also somebody who's made a great contribution to the many other writers as well here. So the scene extends well beyond what you see on the stage here. It is a robust scene. It is a thriving scene. I'd like to see it thrive more. I'd like to be able to provide more programming and more support for those folks and their activities, and I hope you will join me in doing that. I'll be back from time to time, as I say, to introduce the writers of the various shows, and so I'm going to do that now so we can get the party started. So our first number is actually an opening number. It's the opening number of a new musical called Cool at Camp, and here to introduce it is the composer and lyricist for that show, Danny Tapper.
Because without the audience, it really doesn't exist as work. I mean, this is so important. So we really appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. And this is a brand new piece that I was working on along with the other writers, two of whom are in the house, so I just want to acknowledge them. Robin Raskin, she's back there. So this is really kind of fun and exciting for us, and it's just a really fun project. To give you a quick synopsis on how this is going to start, what's happening here is it's the opening number, so it's pretty easy. It's set at a middle school in northeastern New Jersey. On a bunch of a few eighth grade boys are playing soccer and picking teams and whatnot. And that's what, let's see, yeah, they're playing soccer, picking teams, and there's the ball.
Star of the show.
And I think that's it. So I hope some of you went to summer camp. I know there's a lot of shows about summer camp, but this Northeast Jewish summer camp thing's a kind of a specific experience that there's a lot of humor to it, and we really wanted to capture that. And so thank you guys, and here is our opening number from Cool at Camp.
Really? These are my choices?
Just pick one already.
I don't know, they both kind of suck.
We can hear you, you know.
Sorry, but can either of you actually play soccer?
Well, at camp, I'm actually pretty good. I made the winning assist during the final Color Wars game.
Speak up, son.
Oh, I said I'm one of the better soccer players at my camp.
Dude, I've seen you play soccer. You suck.
Well, I don't think you've ever actually really seen me play. Do I actually suck?
Suck is a pretty strong word.
I'm not very good?
No, you definitely suck.
What the hell is he talking about? At camp, I'm one of the best athletes. I get picked first for almost everything. Soccer, basketball, even mini golf. I even was asked to write all the Color War songs. I have my pick of the girls, and I'm Camper of the Year material every freaking summer. Oh my God, we did lose to the drama club and basketball tournament last summer. And then we got killed in softball by a bunch of girls at art camp, and they didn't even have gloves. Oh, holy shit. I'm just good at camp athletics. My friends are good camp athletes. None of us can actually compete in the real world. Oh, wait, does this mean that my social cred doesn't also extend into the real world? Oh, holy shit. Is it possible that I'm only cool at camp?
Excuse me, what did you say?
I said I'm only cool at camp.
At camp? What's that, like Boy Scout camp? Oh, you mean like church camp?
Dude, his last name is Rosenberg. He just had a freaking bar mitzvah. It's definitely not church camp.
No, I don't go to band camp. It's just camp. Camp Heron Lake. On 200 pristine acres of beautiful Pocono Mountains of northeastern Pennsylvania. On the 21st day of June, When school is finally done, I am counting down the days for it finally to come, 'cause that's when I get to go back to my summer home, where I have friends and I'm the shit, and everybody knows that I'm the cool kid at camp. That's where I long to be. I can just be myself. I am alive and I am free, and I know I cannot explain why here I'm not the champ. But for the record, let me state, for 2 months of the year, I'm cool at camp.
You're only packing 1 pair of jeans and 1 sweatshirt? What about shower shoes? You can't go barefoot in the shower anymore, Shayna. And you didn't pack anything for the dance.
I packed my favorite t-shirt and culottes, thank you very much. And I didn't get athlete's foot last summer, so I'll be fine without shower shoes.
Right, because last summer you got warts instead. Mom, please do something.
Tess, you need to let her be. She is not the same as you. You have to give her time. See things from her point of view.
Mom, she's gonna bring me down. This is my year to shine. And I don't care that she's my twin. This year at camp is mine. I'll be the cool kid. Wait till they see me now. They'll all notice my boobs. The male counselors will go, wow. They all will look up to me. 'Cause this year I am hot. And I'm okay French kissing guys. I've practiced that a lot. Cool at camp.
How will the summer be? I love this camp. It has always been home to me. But my sister may be right. Maybe this year things will change. Let's face it, I don't like boys yet. I haven't kissed yet, and I'm flat as a board. This year at camp, will I be ignored? I was the cool kid at camp. I'd help win every game. I was always picked first. Everybody knew my name. They loved my spirit and spunk. Didn't matter what I wore. But now I'm in the oldest bunk, and so I'm not so sure I'll be cool at camp. Will I be cool at camp?
So, Will, I happened to run into the Rosenbergs last week when your mom and I were out for dinner. You know their son Alex, right?
Yeah.
Well, we got to talking about you boys and what your plans were for the summer.
I thought I was going to help you out at the office and hang out with my friends on the weekends.
Well, Jake Rosenberg was telling me about this camp Alex been going to for the past 7 years. It sounds fantastic.
Dad, what the hell are you talking about?
Will, you're still only 14. You need to go have fun. Get a taste of the outdoors. So you're going to camp, son. You may learn to shoot a bow. Build fires just from sticks. Maybe even kiss a girl. I'll teach you my old tricks. Yes, I know the kids are mostly all Jews, but you played Coke and Pepsi so many times. They may be a little freaked when they see you in the shower, but I promise that you'll find you'll be the cool kid at camp. No, they've never seen your kind. When you walk off the bus, you will blow their friggin' mind. You'll have your pick of the girls, be the best on every team. I'm not being anti-Semitic. You'll see what I mean. You'll be cool at camp.
Can't wait to get where I am wanted.
Where I'm at the top.
But will I be the one that's left behind? Can I make time stop?
at camp.
I'm cool at camp. I'm cool at camp.
What the fuck is camp?
So our next selection has a very, very long title. It's called Leonardo DiCaprio was supposed to be in my Broadway musical, The Musical. And I'm particularly proud to introduce the author of it because this young man was my student at one point and now he's a grown-ass man. Giacomo Pisano.
I wrote this down because Charlie made me promise not to run too long. Leonardo DiCaprio was supposed to be in my Broadway musical. The musical follows a troupe of writers and actors putting on an original musical of their own entitled Family Business, with the goal of winning Mr. DiCaprio a Tony. Unfortunately, he has not shown up tonight, so we'll have to do without him. In the first scene, we'll meet Izzy and Roy, who are plotting their way into Izzy's dream wedding so she can finally be satisfied. And immediately after that, we'll catch up with the villain, Guillermo. Boo! Hiss! Good. Remember that. As he plots to put Theo away, I'll give you two guesses, you're supposed to play that, lest he steal away the lovely Mac. We'll get a taste, too, of the play's play that goes wrong or noises off flavor. An offstage text conversation is accidentally projected behind Guillermo during his song. We'll have actors read that out loud. As the lines between Guillermo and the actor playing him, who happens to be named Giacomo, no relation, begin to blur, please remember that none of this would have happened had our leading actor decided to show. After all, Leonardo DiCaprio was supposed to be in my Broadway musical, The Musical.
I did it, Roy!
Jason Crow, Izzy, you scare me half to death.
Sorry, but...
Where'd that rock on your finger come from?
Well...
Whoa, who do I gotta put in the shade?
Well, it ain't from a fella. I got it myself.
Oh, my little lark. Did you forge a loan that we can't repay?
No, Torvald, no, shut your pie hole. Let me explain.
Okay, easy.
Oh, now you want it easy?
Huh?
Huh? Matt gave it to me when...
This is from Guillermo. Sorry.
Theo's your best friend, right?
In the whole world.
And you want him happy?
I was happy as I am with you, baby.
Good answer. You're gonna make him marry Matt.
I'm gonna what?
You heard me.
But she's engaged.
But she don't want to be. It's a dumb promise she made as a kid.
Well, and she can't tell Theo herself.
She's too proud to break off the engagement herself.
Oh, and she'll feel she's been unfaithful.
Exactly.
Okay, but I still don't see how any of this relates to us.
Guillermo's already paid for the wedding of our dreams, the church, the reception, the honeymoon.
And when Theo marries Mac.
Well, it would be a downright shame to let that ceremony go to waste, wouldn't it? And the presidential suite in Havana.
Well, hey, baby, I don't want to get involved in other people's personal problems, not even Guillermo. Stupid, ugly, and horrid kisser as he may be. But this subterfuge, it ain't for me. We'll save up for our wedding the right way, I promise.
Roy, oh Roy, my darling naval boy, I love the taste of seaman on my lips. Mwah. If you would like to see your fleet deployed, then honey, listen closely to this tale. I want this wedding, don't you forget. There must be something we can do, some kind of tat for tat.
Huh?
I ain't too tough to satisfy. I like the simplest things. Visit in Paris in July, ermine and diamond rings on that give a smack. I'm just as sweet as apple pie. Why don't you fill up your plate? I cannot wait to be 8. I'm satisfied. Don't you want to see me in a pretty white dress as I smile and effervesce? Don't you want to say a word to kiss me and later wedding bliss me? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't you want to say a word to give me the wedding of my dreams with gleam to exceed Christmas Eve? What could I give you in exchange for that? What gift would you like to receive? I ain't too tough to satisfy, long as you do as I say. I'll play the part of doting bride if I get my wedding day. When we both have something here to gain, I fail to see how you can fail to act. When we come home, we'll be poor again. But for a day, we'll live like we were stacked. I ain't content all high and dry, living pristine and sedate, waiting for pearly gates. Oh, I'm satisfied.
Well, honey, I want to have that wedding, and you deserve it, but that just ain't in the cards for people like us. Just turn things around.
You're thinking too small. I ain't too tough to satisfy. Don't make the issue complex. Help me become a blushing bride. I will reward you with sex. When you talk to Theo, don't be coy. You cannot leave our wedding up to chance. On Guillermo's time, my darling boy, we'll do the horizontal wedding dance. Don't stand there stunned and stupefied, focused on somnambulate. Hurry before it's too late. And when you do, you'll make me
Roy, hey, you gotta say,
Oh, hey, Guillermo.
you want?
What do you need?
It's about Theo.
What about him?
I think you know.
I think not.
Don't play dumb with me, Roy. That family of his is causing me problems again. Every time I talk to him, though, he disappears. I need you to do it.
What do you want me to say?
Get him to work for me.
And turn on his family?
Turn on him, or share a cell.
Jesus.
We got dirt on the whole family. We're talking mass convictions. And we know they want Theo to take over for Rocco. If he takes charge, he's looking at a residence in the clink. For permanent.
Why me?
Because he listens to you.
Oh, gee.
I can sweeten the pot.
How?
You do this for me, I'll pay for your wedding to Isabel. Nothing too ostentatious, of course. We wouldn't want anyone to suspect. In a modest way, with a modest ring. Isabel would like that fine, I wager. It's not like you could afford better.
Gee, thanks.
Don't mention.
But I think we'll manage without your charity. Besides, nobody could convince Theo to turn on his family. Loyalty isn't something I'd expect a draft-dodging cop to understand.
Well, it's something I said. These star-spangled sycophants all come home and thinks things is as things was, but things ain't what things was. I'll fight my own battle here, and they're gonna have to get used to it. I'm at war with Rocco Contralto.
Rocco Contralto.
I'm at war with Jackie May.
Jackie May.
Now the law ain't complicated, it's a thing of black and white. But it seems La Cosa Nostra ain't concerned with what is right. I'm at war with the Mafia of New York.
Mafia of New York.
I'm at war with the Italian mob. Hey, Theo, let's talk for a sec. Theo, I'm afraid I have some bad news. Your family are criminals. I know. I'm just as shocked as you are. No, of course not. I'm not accusing you of such a thing, but as a friend, I need your help. You see, tonight they're throwing a massive illegal craps game, and we're gonna arrest them all. Now, the prosecution's got a pretty strong case, but the star witness would. And I get it, T. I really do. But use your head. Think of the timing. I come arrest everyone the night you get back, but you're not there. You're the rat, they think, and you need to be put in witness protection. And I got the perfect spot for you. Right off Lake Erie. A place of peace. Far away from people deciding your life for you. Down, Ohio. And Mac, she and I'll write when we can. Yeah, you do that. You think about it. But Theo, if I see you there or if anything goes wrong tonight, you're going to jail for a long, long time. I'm at war with Theo Contralto.
Theo Contralto.
I'm at war with my cuckolding friend. We was friends when we was children. Guillermo, Theo, Mac. But now he's fine. She'll be my bride. He'll stab me in the back. I'm at war with Jimmy off his killers.
Jimmy Ox Killers.
I'm at war with all the world. I knew as soon as he got back, Theo would try to ruin my life. If I wanted to keep Mac, I needed a way to get him out of the picture. Bang! If he warns his family, obstruction of justice, he'll be locked up before the nuptials. If he doesn't, that's fine too. I'll tell them he was the rat. Then it's their problem, or worse, I ship him to Ohio, where he's safely away from me and
I don't know.
from that. Forever, what's more, for crying out loud!
G was right. We have to bring in a Theo. They're laughing. This show wasn't supposed to be that funny.
Kenz, I'm trying to call cues. Stop texting me.
Right. Sorry. I'll ask Annie to check if there's anything on Cameo. It can't be Giacomo. I think of that kiss at the end of the show and I just...
I can text her.
But did you hear me? It can't be Giacomo. The kiss at the end of the show makes me...
I'm at war with Benedict Arnold.
Benedict Arnold.
I'm at war with traitor, lying scum. See, I thought that we was buddies, but it turns out we are not. And it's times like now you finally found what you haven't even got. I'm at war. At war.
Up there as well. All right. Well, our next piece is called Unmasked. The authors are Barbara Bellman and David Kurkowski. So tell us about Unmasked.
Boy, is it a good crowd. Thank you all for being here. And I want to thank
She was a Philadelphia socialite on the main line who married and moved to Boston, living a very, very Tony life, but decided that she wanted to go to Paris and make masks for the mutilated soldiers that were so badly damaged in the war. No, it's not a comedy, and following all the jokes, we have to give you a little something serious in here. But we have two scenes that we're presenting. One is going to be a scene early in the show where Anna is the name of the woman. Anna is trying on a variety of hats with her mother-in-law, who is being very, very condescending about it. And Maynard comes in and they have a little conversation, and it sets up a song where Anna is talking to Maynard about why they can't tell the mother-in-law that they want to go to France. The second song, I'm just going to introduce it now, the second song takes place in the second half of the show, where you have Anna in her studio. She's been working with one of what they called the mutiles. These were the mutilated soldiers. And this particular soldier was Henry, who had been a very, very handsome man before the war, but now he is, he doesn't really have much of a face left. And she is working on these masks for these men, and it takes months to finish them. But Henri has never looked at the mask. He's never seen himself with the mask until this moment in time. And that will be the second song. And thank you all for performing this.
What's keeping Maynard today?
This meeting at the hospital must be running late. He should be here soon. We have news.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Why do you have so many mirrors? Just standing here, I feel as though I'm coming and going in every direction.
I think they're festive. Is there anything so compelling as one's visage? It's primordial.
Well, not everyone is so fixated with how they look.
Oh, yes they are. Unless they hate the sight of themselves. Fortunately, we don't know any of our social circle who fits that description. Though Mr. Cabin has put on a considerable amount of weight, poor dear. He used to be such a handsome man, but now he's sporting his third chin and popping the buttons on his waistcoat. But stop dancing around the news. What is it?
Hello, Mother. Looking radiant, as always.
Oh, hello, my love. Mother, isn't she gorgeous?
Yes, dear, but your wife's about to cause a scandal in Boston over her choice of millinery. And about to give me a heart attack if she doesn't tell me the news. Should I be knitting booties or something?
This looks nice. Try it on.
For God's sakes, don't encourage her.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Hideous.
No, but I think it does overwhelm your face, dear. There's just too much of it, I think.
My face?
The hat, dear. There can never be too much of your lovely face. Don't hide it.
Your husband's much more of a diplomat than I am. Please don't wear any of them to the luncheon. Appearances matter, dear. Believe me, as shallow as it seems.
I agree. Which is why I intend to do something in that regard.
Perhaps this isn't the right time, darling.
Right time for what? What are you keeping from me?
Nothing, Mother. It can wait. Come, Maynard. The guests should be arriving soon, and we don't want gossiping behind our backs.
You're right. Better they should gossip to our faces.
Why didn't you tell her we were leaving for France?
You know how tense she gets before a party. There's time enough when the guests leave. Have I told you how lovely you are?
You have. Thank you. It's just that I feel so idle, going from party to party when there's so much work to be done helping with the war effort. When will you tell her we're leaving?
You are so pretty when you're earnest.
Maynard, stop. I'm weary of this phony charade, where a smile or a dress is all that matters, while all around the world's in tatters, and all you think of is my pretty face.
It's what makes you so endearing.
There's a caravan of sorrows on parade while we dither about profit rolls. This war is killing millions of souls, and you prattle on about my pretty face.
You're so serious today.
You're not listening. Fortune has smiled upon our collapse. Perhaps my gift could save a life. How can I let this moment pass to unite a broken husband with his wife?
Don't understand why you would choose to live in a world of such ugliness. Working with mutilated soldiers.
I am not choosing ugliness. I am choosing hope. Now I fear that you are shocked by my tirade, that I've hidden deep within my soul. It's not an idle dream or girlish goal. Maynard, you must know this about me. Please tell me you know. There is more to me than just a pretty face. Don't touch. It's not dry yet. Please forgive my lack of humility, Henri, but I think this is one of my best, if I must say so. You're a very handsome man. Very handsome indeed. Now, don't tell my husband I told you that. I don't want to make him jealous. Oh, no, Henri, please. I didn't mean to make you sad. Far from it. I'm just so pleased with the result. You will be too. Now please don't weep. You'll smudge the paint and we can't have that, can we? There. We're done. Wait a moment, let me get the mirror. See for yourself. Don't be afraid. Now, are you ready?
C'est moi. Madam, what you've done, what have you done?
I don't understand. Have I not rendered your likeness?
You have! Perfectly. You've mastered every nuance, each hair perfectly in place, my features most inviting, no longer a disgrace, thrilling to behold, never growing old, behind the mask, you've made the perfect likeness, a most compelling face, a creature quite exciting among the human race. But frozen in this glaze, my eyes alonely gaze behind the mask. My lips will never know a lover's kiss. My eyes cannot reveal when I am weeping. Not grief nor joy will ever show. No one will ever know what is false, what is real, who I am, what I feel. You've made a perfect shape, the coloring is fine, an ideal reproduction of a face no longer mine. You've done all that you
will love the man behind the man.
Our next project is actually a trans-American collaboration. Philadelphia playwright Arden Cass and the composer Linda Dowdell, who is in Washington State. But Arden is here with us tonight to tell us about their new musical, Titillation.
A bit of a shy playwright and a big mouth on the page, so I'm going to read a little. Titillation is an original musical with music and lyrics by Linda Dowdell and a book and lyrics by me. It's adapted from a play I wrote called Daddy's Girl. Linda and I met on Zoom in 2021 thanks to the Lehman Engel Musical Theater Workshop in New York, where we both belong. Linda lives on the West Coast, and she's not here today, but she's an amazing collaborator, as you'll hear, and she's sort of here in the room with this wonderful music. Titillation focuses on the relationship between prominent feminist academic and activist Dr. Tracy Howard and her larger-than-life father, Louis I. Zelnick, himself renowned for inventing the push-up bra and pioneering America's sexy lingerie industry, complete with a chain of visibility boutiques and a direct mail catalog. Our story begins in Los Angeles in 2001. Mr. Lou has just died. Tracy's mother is long dead, so Tracy returns home after decades of estrangement to help oversee Papa's funeral, only to learn that in her worst nightmare, he has willed his entire empire to her. And according to Uncle Adrian, her adopted uncle and Lou's longtime sales director, Tracy has just this one day to decide the company's fate and the potential consequences for its 962 female employees, not to mention Uncle Adrian. For Tracy, the meaning of her decision looms so large and feels so significant that she spends the entire first act avoiding it. Set primarily in the den of her parents' lavishly over-decorated home, the story also looks back as far as the 1940s as Tracy struggles to spin Papa's spicy, politically mortifying life story for the female rent-a-rabbi who's been hired to deliver a eulogy at his funeral. This would be a lot easier if the recently deceased Mr. Lewis didn't insist on weighing in. Our first song, Hardly a Tragedy, takes place at the top of the show as Tracy arrives from the airport with her suitcase and finds herself surrounded by Papa's memorabilia in his home office, trying to start putting together a few brief words for the funeral service tomorrow. In the interest of time, we're going to present it straight through, but in the musical, this song is interrupted by a trip to pick out Lou's coffin with Uncle Adrian, Tracy's pleas to Uncle Adrian to please help her write her speech, and his admonition to just cough something up already. It's not a manifesto.
I'm the heartless, ungrateful daughter. You may have heard of me. Hello. Yes, the one who put some miles between me and my pop. You heard about that too, right? Back in the day I traded Melrose for Maine. More moose than humans. Learned to shovel snow. Graduated frequently. Garnered degrees. BA in political science, master in women's and gender studies, doctorate in new paradigms for female empowerment. Oh, given my relationship with my father and his disgusting, misogynistic business, I probably should have been granted an honorary degree in cognitive dissonance as well. He was 80 after all, hardly a tragedy. All those things people say, what a pity, such a shame, sorry for your loss. Not what I feel, not even close. So his number was up, hardly a tragedy. After wasting a lifetime of talent, pity that on an empire. Ugh, no thank you, open door, disappear again. I'm here alone, I'm drowning in these memories of dreams I can't undream. And I won't shed a tear. When I think about our past, one long indignity, all his macho bravado and bluster, what a man, no one else like him, not what I hoped, not even close. So his number was up, what kind of legacy? Now I'm praising the name I'm ashamed of, that's a shame, and this empire, please, no thank you, open door, disappear again. I'm here alone, surrounded by these memories of years that never were. And I won't shed a tear. So he got what he wanted. Here I am, prisoner of his castle. Always got what he wanted, but not me. I never played his game. All these photos on the wall feels like a catacomb. An exhibit I swore not to visit. What's to gain? Old cigar stubs, please, no thank you. Open door, disappear once more. Slip the noose again. I can't pretend, can't manufacture sorrow, your heartless daughter's home. And I won't shed a So, as if it's not difficult enough trying to figure out what I can possibly say about my father that won't undermine every word I've said or written for the last 25 years, I'm also supposed to figure out what to tell this radical feminist rent-a-rabbi who's never even met him so she can say a few heartful words about him at his funeral. I mean, as rituals go, it's truly bizarre. Anyway, I decided to go with this cute little anecdote. One of those cherished family myths that sounds like a fairy tale when you hear it growing up, but it takes on a new meaning as feminist single mother in your 40s dedicating to empowering young women as a life's work. All right, never mind. It's not about me. It's not my funeral. And now, Peek and Boo.
Of course, I'm thinking about our future, Jeannie. I got 4 seasons worth of sexational mail order catalogs, illustrated, inked, and laid out.
Mama warned me about you.
I got Zelnick's secret formula of female perfection, based on the scientific proportions of the ideal female form.
Whose form?
Yours, mostly. Who's the peak to my boot?
Me?
You! Who's the brink to my brack?
Ah,
The ding to my dong.
Wrong.
The pro to my con. The bread I love to spread grape jelly on. Who's the gump in my knife? My wife. The lock to which I hope I hold the key. The bride to my groom. The woman to whom I'm now proposing. Jeanette, marry me, please. Huh? Was it the stockings?
no,
They're 100% nylon. And wait till you see what I do with the elastic.
I should have said yes to Howard.
Yeah? When was the last time Howard the accountant talked to you about hot couture before you dumped him?
I don't recall.
Beauty? Fantasy? L'amour?
L'amour? Since when do you speak French?
He spoke French like Donald Duck. We all tried teaching him, but he knew better.
It's your Michelangelo, artiste and Renaissance man. I was born to bring more pleasure and excitation into this world. Not like our miserable parents sitting home on New Year's Eve eating flanken at a Formica dinette set. This, I swear, with me, one thing you will never be is bored.
I'm not entirely sure that that's such good
You
news.
see, she's qualifying her response, softening the impact. A majority of women do this. I have data.
So no, I do?
Back then, they mistook it for self-advocacy.
Just slip it on. One time for me.
You know I have my own goals, Louis.
Of course you do. You're the smartest gal I know. You want to teach 2nd grade.
I do.
And have a kid or 2.
True, too.
That's how they used to hook 'em with the kids.
Do I listen? What else?
I want to read good books, learn to cook.
Oh, you look cute in an apron. Dream bigger, Jeannie.
Used money like a fly trap.
I want a Persian cat, maybe 2. Join a country club, learn to ski, a color TV.
Don't you need a place to put it?
Yes, a new split level with a family room, wall-to-wall carpet, and Electrolux too.
Don't forget a maid to run it.
Oh,
You dream it, baby, I'll make it true. And kidney-shaped pool and a barbecue. Join a commie shul, be shrimp lo mein Jew. You like shrimp, don't you?
Sure I do, but only out in a restaurant. And anyway, what I really want is...
Who's the peak to my boot?
Peekaboo!
Who's the bow to my wow?
Yeah.
The pell to my mel,
Swell.
the splish to my splash, the franks I like to eat with succotash.
Succotash, balderdash. I'm an educator. Who's gonna hire a teacher with a breast-obsessed husband? If I go for my master's, should I bring you to a faculty dinner so you can hand out garter belts? Not to mention what we could do to our kids. Louis, my #1 goal is to be the kind of person I can look up to and our children can too.
Baby, you and I, we are gonna change the world. And all you gotta do is have faith.
In?
Lou, who's the spice to my life? My wife. The lock to which I'll never lose the key. The bride to my groom. The woman to whom I'm now proposing. Jeanette, tell me you do. Well, do you?
Want to change the world?
That's what we're here for, right? So?
I guess I'd have to say maybe.
That's plenty for me. That's plenty for me.
The next musical on tonight's program is called Sweetwater. And here to tell you about it are the authors Patricia Noonan and Liz Filios.
My name is Patricia Noonan, and I am the book writer and lyricist for Sweetwater, a new musical about the women Air Force service pilots, the first women to fly military planes for the U.S. in World War II, together with composer Sean Mahoney and the wonderful Liz Filios. We've been working on developing this piece at places like Goodspeed, the Philadelphia Women's Theater Festival, and in Sweetwater, Texas itself. We're currently working on a new draft, and we're excited to continue to find new collaborators to bring it to life, and we are very grateful to Stephen and Jessica and Kara and Jackie for jumping in and learning this new material so quickly.
Our story is inspired by more than 1,000 female pilots who ventured to Sweetwater to release men for service overseas. Though based on very real women, our ensemble features characters of our own creation, and we'd like to introduce you to 3 of them tonight.
When Sweetwater begins, these women don't know each other, yet their lives are already connected through the radio waves. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, they hear the famous aviatrix Jackie Cochran take to the radio, offering a chance to fly for their country.
For Bernice Jones, a seasoned pilot from Chicago, Cochran's call offers a way to get her hands on planes fresh off the factory line.
For sisters Beth and Frankie, who learned to fly dusting the crops at home in Iowa, the pull of Sweetwater means something different. For Beth, it's a way to get her family home in one piece. For Frankie, it's the chance to maybe finally find the place she belongs.
But the country that needs their skills doesn't always see them as equals. Cochran rejects Bernice's application due to her race, saying a complication like this could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Unwilling to go home, Bernice counters, determined to come to Sweetwater as a mechanic. One way or another, she's getting her hands on those planes.
In this first song, in Act 1, Bernice is finishing up work on a link trainer, a flight simulator. Trusting she's finally alone, Bernice decides to test the link for herself.
Not my first solo flight. Never met a plane that asked if I'm white. But a wasp solo flight. A wasp solo flight. Fasten the belt. Set the brakes. Controls unlocked. No mistakes. Propeller high pitch. Mixture full rich. Carb heat cold. Prime 2, 3, 4. Check the fuel. Plenty. Check your dreams. Many. Generator on. Battery on. Ignition on. Look down. Forget the things you worried over yesterday. Watch all the lines between us simply fade away. Read the stars, push your pace. Give the sun something to chase and hear no noise at all. Radio on, shift the prop. Oil pressure up, don't let it drop. Propeller to low pitch, mixture still rich. Carb heat cold, speed more, more, more. Check the rudder, fine. Check the license, mine. RPM 2000, ha! 2005. face to face and hear no noise at all. Look down at all the ones below who'll never feel the love you know. Look out, clouds come and clouds disappear, but you've never really lived till you live up here. Look down, leave regrets and know you can't do yesterday. Look out, the sun will rise and another night just fade away. Remember your size, trust your place, greet a new day face to face and hear no noise, and hear no noise, and hear no noise at all.
Hey, Jones! It's time to lock up.
Propeller high pitch, controls locked, mixture cut off, battery off, ignition off.
By Act 2, the women have formed a family as they navigate assignments and the loss of one of their own. In this scene, Frankie has been tapped to fly the B-29 bomber, a dangerous new plane whose test flight went up in flames. Meanwhile, Beth arrives with news about her husband, Eddie. But Frankie's too excited to let her get a word in edgewise.
I can't believe you're here at B-29 Bets. Can you believe it?
I can't believe you said yes. Pilots prep for months for a plane like this. You and Lou are guinea pigs.
If they let me fly a B-29.
There's more at stake than a test flight or two. The sister I knew, she'd swallow her cry if her country needed her to. She'd step aside, surrender her wings, erase her name from the roster, pray for an end to this madness, whatever that may cost her. So boys like Eddie can't come home alive. I don't know what else to say, but if you were my sister, you wouldn't be acting this way.
Do you know what it's like? Have you ever truly felt that part of you is screaming, but nobody hears, been told you'll never fit in, never be desired until you silence a very part of you you wish were admired? And the sister I knew, she would understand. For the first time I am finally seen. For once in my life, I don't have to hide or soften or shrink or bury my heart deep inside. For once in my life, I'm not accommodated. I'm needed and wanted, not just tolerated. For once in my life, I'm alive. I didn't ask for it to happen this way, but if you were my sister, you wouldn't wish that away.
Are you listening to yourself?
You don't know what it's like.
Hear the
You've
words
never
of
truly
happy, I
felt
know there's
that part of you is
words I know want to use for
screaming.
glory. So you risk your life.
We don't risk our lives. I just want to fly. No, cause all these girls like Eva and Lou, they're my sisters too. And if you were my sister, if you were my sister, if you were my sister, you would know that too.
Our next piece is called Ribbons of War. We're going to present two songs from a musical by Jay Purdy, words and music, and here's Jay to tell us just a little about it.
Hey everybody, I'm Jay Purdy and I'm here to present Ribbons of War, the musical. So a little bit about me, I'm a self-taught multi-instrumentalist and songwriter from Germantown, where I live with my wife and daughter, who are here tonight. But years and years ago, when I probably should have been in class, I was writing original music and recording it with my friend Matt Gibson, who's also here tonight, in our indie rock folk band, The Extraordinaires. And, we spent the better part of a decade traveling the U.S. with our original music, and during that time, we created this. This is a rock opera set on the high seas called Ribbons of War. It came with these fancy books with illustrations and, of course, the now archaic compact disc in the back, which dates us. But it was a story about this courageous sea captain and this daring young pilot named Annalise. Their kind of unlikely romantic connection, and then, of course, the fallout from their ultimately doomed relationship. It had adventure and intrigue and a little bit of supernatural mixed in for good measure. And after we released this album, we didn't really think much of it until a few years later when we decided, with zero budget and a lot of help from our friends, that we would try to mount our own little ragtag musical. So we crammed a bunch of lights and set pieces and props and costumes into our stinky tour van. And we did a tour up the East Coast and back, stopping in little rock venues and art spaces. It was a very short-lived run, but it was a successful one. And, as the years have passed, I've had a lot of time to think about the intricacies of the plot and the character arcs, and I've even written a few new pieces with really no hope to ever mount it again or put it on, and that is until tonight. So thank you so much to MusiCoLab for having us. So let's go to the Cirrus Isles, where we will meet the captain and Annalise. Here's an excerpt from Ribbons of War, the musical.
Gentlemen, before we embark on this epic journey to Cirrus Island, I'm under legal obligation to give you fair warning about our mission. We have been tasked with scouring these treacherous waters for all manner of pirate and sea business. Now, my men can attest, these creatures and cretins will stop at nothing to get a taste of man flesh. But hey, it's honest hard work and 3 square meals a day. So, let me be the first to welcome you aboard the HMS Valiant. I'd introduce myself, but you already know by the flag that I'm flying overhead that I'm the captain of the finest ship in the ocean, and I'm the finest man you've ever met. And I was born to lead these men through the hard times right until the end. And even God himself couldn't pull me from the wreckage if a whole breach he did send. Because the open sea is home to me, and I was born to sail. And I'll eat hardtack biscuits and a jug of ale till we find the borderlines beyond the tide, somewhere in that horizon line. Well, this is Alfred Payne, he's our miserable cook, and he destroys some utensils when he's mad. And over here, that's Oswald, the one-handed gunner, and we call him that because he lost his hand. And over here, this gang is the Burgundy Boys. They're a gang from an island off the coast. And then there's Murdoch, Cody, Rich, and Mr. Molasses. And lastly, there's your chipper, Charming Holt. You may have noticed one small trend. All the people here I mention are men. And oh, I love this crew. It's a lonely situation every night when I'm alone in my bed. And I betray this ocean when I dream of her with curves of whitewashed pearls. But I long to find a strong and fragile girl that I imagine what would happen If I met her, could I let her tie me down with twine and French perfume? One more anchor, 1 foot in my tomb. And then I wake up wishing I was still asleep, walking hand in hand with the girl I see in my recurring dream. But I've got bigger fish, because this ain't nothing that a shot of tequila couldn't fix. Off in the distance, the hum of propellers as an aeroplane hums above the sky. Weigh that anchor, we're heading for shore. It's about time I got some new supplies.
This is High Chair Alpha requesting clearance for takeoff.
Hi, Chair Alpha. This is Control Tower. Go ahead.
Control Tower, High Chair Alpha is an MK-1 Supermarine Spitfire. Register number 12616, requesting IFR clearance for a local joyride over Syros Island. Estimated time of departure, 0600 hours. Over.
Hi, Chair Alpha. Control Tower. Clearance denied for VFR joyride. Departure is not approved. Repeat. Departure is not approved.
Father, I love you, but I'm flying this plane. Over.
Annalise, I love you. But do I need to remind you of your close call last week? Over.
Dad, if you'll recall, no one got hurt, and I landed the plane safely. Besides, who even remembers that sort of thing? Over.
You almost took the steeple off St. Barn's Church. They wanted to revoke your license. But I vouched for you. Over.
Okay, I'm sorry. I promise I'm not going to put her through any strafing maneuvers. This is just a quiet ride. I just tuned her engine. She's ready to sing. Over.
Annalise,
I'll stop by the market on the way home, and I'll get you a bottle of your favorite spiced ale. Just let me go over, I promise.
Listen, if you think...
Control Tower, High Chair Alpha Wilco. Will report ready for departure and contact ground control. I love you, Dad. Over and out.
Be safe. Over and out.
Down by the ocean side, I took a ride, pilot a plane as I look to the sky. Nothing to hide, I just lay back and glide up in the atmosphere. Everything's clear. You haven't lived until you've been up here. Nothing to fear, I just lay back and see. Someone else to share it with, so I could validate the bliss that I am overcome with. Oh, it's done with. Down by the pier I found a doll on the ground, so I asked around as I headed for town, but she was alone in a rust-colored gown. Just then he walked by and we locked eyes. He was the captain with sailing supplies, and I was the girl who was frozen in ice.
Say, what's a girl like you still doing playing with dolls?
She's not mine. I found her down by the pier. There must be some little girl who misses her an awful lot.
Don't I know you? I mean, haven't we met before?
I don't think so.
What's your name?
Annalise?
Annalise. That is a beautiful name.
When he spoke to me, I was powerless. right. He was dashing and polite. He commanded every word, and I was awkward and absurd. And when he left for shore, he promised he'd return. Late one afternoon, I was laying in my room when I heard a cannon blast from the sky. I ran to the window to see what the commotion was for. Letters filled the sky, filled with smoke and colored light, like a ship crafted of the finest oak. Using fireworks, he spelled a simple question in the smoke.
Will you marry me, my darling? Can't you hear my voice is calling? Give me your undying love, and I'll be your seafaring husband.
Our last piece is by a team of Philadelphia creators that you may be familiar with. Bruce Graham, Michael Hollinger, and Rab Maggio are here to tell us about their new musical, Moon Over the Brewery.
I was late, so I'm sitting in the alley out here. So sorry about that. There we go. Yes, Moon Over the Brewery, book by Bruce Graham, lyrics Michael Hollinger, music Rob Maggio. I had the easy part. I have to read this because I just wrote it this morning. Single mom Miriam and her 13-year-old near-genius daughter Amanda live in a small town in Pennsylvania. Miriam, painter by night, waitress by day, is offered a big break, a gallery showing at the local university. She has also just spent the night with her longtime platonic friend Warren, the local mailman. Spent the night as a euphemism, figure it out. This new romance is complicated by Amanda, who as a child created an imaginary friend, Randolph, who used to appear, and seen only by Amanda, to help her chase away any possible suitors. Mother and daughter are also at odds about Miriam's best painting, Moon Over the Brewery. Amanda wants to sell it, Miriam has promised it to Warren. As the gallery show approaches, Miriam feels the pressure of both that and Warren, who proposes. Randolph, who has reappeared after many years, keeps the pressure up. We don't want the mailman around. We have two songs. A Nice Quiet Dinner opens Act 2. Amanda has been warned by Miriam that she just wants that, a nice quiet dinner with Warren, without any appearances by Randolph, who shows up uninvited anyway. In the song, we hear the inner thoughts of Miriam and Warren on their budding, they nervously hope, romance. And just to set the scene, they are having dinner on the floor because Miriam's dining room table has too much paint on it. This is followed by This Means War. This Means War. Amanda and Randolph have overheard Warren's marriage proposal. This prods them into a call for action, and they launch a plan to break up the already fragile relationship between her mother and Warren. Thank you.
Well, isn't this a nice, quiet dinner? Martini? Very dry. I just sort of introduced it to the vermouth. Scintillating dialogue, real no coward.
Why did I wear a white shirt? I know I'm gonna drip duck sauce, or soy sauce, or sweet and sour sauce. Why'd I bring Chinese? Do I have to use chopsticks? I don't know how to use chopsticks. Why chopsticks? Why any kind of sticks? What's wrong with a fork?
Amanda, can you get Warren a fork, please?
No, really, I'm fine.
He does chew with his mouth closed, I'll give him that.
Is Amanda just staring?
What the hell is she doing?
Or is she actually smiling?
My daughter's actually
She's smiling at me now.
Not saying snarky things.
Oh God, is my zipper down? Don't check.
Wait, is she smiling at Randolph?
I should make conversation.
Could she be listening to Randolph?
How do you make conversation?
She wouldn't. I'd kill her if she did.
I don't know what to say.
This is very good. Where'd you get it?
Chopstick House. The one by the dry cleaner. Never use the one by the bowling alley.
Oh, we know.
They're not even Asian. They're Greek.
Only in Escapade.
I like this house, this room, this floor. Funny, my own place feels less like a home to me. Here it's warm, so comfortable, so Miriam could use a coat of paint or maybe new windows, but I can put those in and stop. Warren, you're not moving in. It's just a nice, quiet dinner.
I'll get the fork.
I like this house.
I should have cleaned the house.
This room.
At least this room.
This floor.
Who makes the guest seat on the floor?
My own place feels
Only
less
savages
like
or
a
people
home to
who
me.
don't know better.
Here it's warm,
Is it too warm in here? He's sweating.
so comfortable.
He looks uncomfortable.
So Miriam.
Oh, Warren, if this is gonna work out, you're gonna have to get better with chopsticks. Stop! Miriam, he's not moving in. It's just a nice, quiet dinner.
Oh, thanks, Amanda.
You're welcome.
Should we have gotten him a bib?
I think Miriam likes me.
Warren really is trying.
At least it seems like she likes me.
Should get some credit for
Last
trying.
night I knew she did.
That's more than most men do.
But now I can't be sure.
The ones I've known at least were scared of Amanda.
As for Amanda,
Terrified of
hard
Amanda.
to tell with Amanda.
Convinced that she'd stab them in their sleep.
I can't read
Or
her
put
at all.
poison in their food. It was just one night.
To live,
A crazy thing.
to love.
I shouldn't make it more than that.
Wake up to Miriam every day.
Do that every
She's
day.
so warm,
Still he's very warm.
so
That's nice.
comfortable,
Once he's comfortable.
so wonderful.
But the short sleeves and tie have to
Of course, the
go.
streamer is falling apart.
If he's handy, he might fix the toilet and
Stop! Warren, you're not moving in. It's just a nice, quiet
It's just a nice,
dinner.
quiet dinner. A nice, quiet dinner. Warren, you didn't get me into bed. I got you into bed.
Yeah, well, next time it's my idea, okay?
Oh, Warren.
It's okay if you don't like it. I've got the receipt.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, no, you don't. Now's the time to brace for battle, all or nothing, do or die. We'll face our foe together, just like old times, you and I. That fool threw down the gauntlet, so let flow the blood and gore. Stand tall and sound the trumpet, this means war.
Just because he proposed doesn't mean she'll say yes.
Never underestimate your enemy. Although we drove off other lovers in the past, this time I fear, my dear, we both may be outclassed. We need to bury our adversary. He's scary, so let's attack it on and vanquish him at last. Now's the time to brace for battle, all or nothing, do or die. We'll face our foe together, just like old times, you and I. Let's conquer this invader like we've always done before. No more equivocation, this means war.
Hey, but what can we do? She really likes him.
You've gotten soft, my love.
No, I haven't.
We used to be the team that boyfriends couldn't beat.
It's different this
I
time.
never dreamed I'd see you bow down in defeat.
I'm not bowing.
When storm clouds thicken, you're panic-stricken.
What?
A chicken,
Hey!
one lousy ring box, and you're beating a retreat.
Will you just please shut up for a minute?
What do you think you'll call it? A Guarin?
Stop.
Daddy, do it.
It's not like I just.
Look, I'm not blaming you for being scared. But like the Boy Scouts say, we need to be prepared. It's not always gonna be you and me, Amanda. Remember, you heard her. Things change.
Well, sure, but maybe not right away.
Say goodbye to movies on the couch. Say goodbye to opera on the radio. Say goodbye to pancakes for dinner. You'll become a third wheel. You'll become comic relief. A wisecracking best friend. A supporting actor in your own life.
I hate you.
And what if he knows how to balance a checkbook? She won't need you anymore. With him around, you become what you really are. An annoying, ordinary teenager.
Oh my god.
So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go upstairs and you're going to type up a very official-looking document for him to sign, giving us the painting.
Document?
She said it herself. A signed release.
What good would that do?
Mother is agonized over that painting, every stroke lovingly applied. It's her finest work for one reason. She wants to give it to him. And if we get him to give it away, well, that could cause a serious breach in the relationship, no? Win-win. We get the money for the screenwriting workshop and things go back to the way they were.
What if he doesn't sign it?
Oh, he'll want to get in good with his new stepdaughter. Now's the time to what?
Brace for battle.
Right, do or die. We'll face our foe together.
Just like old times,
You and I. Let loose the horse's thunder.
Let ring the cannons roar.
No failure, no surrender. This means war. All or nothing, do or die.
We'll face our foe together, just like old times, you and I. That pull through down the gauntlet,
So let's throw the blood and gore. Stand tall and sound the trumpet. This means war.
Bring back all of the actors, the 8 members of our company here, so that we can acknowledge them. Writers in the house, would you please stand up so we can acknowledge Thank you so much. as I say, we will have some wine out in the lobby. We hope you'll join us, meet the artists. If you're feeling generous, look for me or Barbara, who I think can entertain better. And we'll see you at our next event. Thank you so much for coming.